freaking love this channel. So we had done something called the Daily Grind, 31 days to overhaul your life. All the videos are still there. You can also find them on my Instagram page on Angie Belmar Vlogs. But let's go through kind of a mini version of that for the next 3 days together, leading into my 3-day VIP, I'm gonna go through exactly what the heck it is that I've done to build my business. We're gonna talk about social media. We're gonna talk about all the things. We're gonna debunk the word influencer and ultimately how you can live your dream life and answering all of your questions. But today what I wanted to do was kind of create a space for everybody to be able to kind of be a fly on the wall and hang out in here. And if you're having a good time, then join the free group. I will not bother you. There's no strings attached. It's not some weird thing. You can get in there. You can figure out what I've done. I will share all of my secrets in that group and just in like a free private setting. So let's jump into today. I figured what I would do is take from this long video that I did like a long sit down Q&A and just mashed through as many questions as I could that you guys had asked about business, social media, how to grow, how to build the life of your dreams. And I grabbed 3 of the most common questions. One of the biggest questions I got was, what if I'm scared? What if people are going to judge me? What if people say no? I can't find the confidence to post or to grow and I just want to do this. Here are my top 3 tips. If you are scared, if you have fears, let's number 1, figure out what is greater than the fears. What is greater than the fears? You cannot be scared and excited at the same time. You cannot be unsure or fearful or scared of rejection at the same time as you are insanely grateful. And by the way, if you're not grateful now, we can get into that mindset where you're grateful for the future that is coming to you. And this is not wonky. This is not some weird woo-woo stuff. It will actually help you abolish the fears and be like, you know what? I want that dream life and I'm freaking going after it. So number 1, what is the future that you want to live? And it can be the biggest, craziest, pie in the sky goal. You could want to live on an island. It can be whatever you want. It can be that you want to take your dream vacation with your family and your kids and surprise them and go to Disney World or wherever the heck it is that you want to go. For me, I had set a couple of different milestone goals. So one of my first goals in my own business was that I wanted to take Andre, my husband, on a trip to Disney World with the money that I had earned in my business. That was my first goal. I wanted to do that. So I set that goal for myself and that became my North Star. It wasn't some altruistic, like I'm going to be the next Mother Teresa and help a million people like that. A lot of people would think that when they set their why, if you don't have a why, it doesn't do anything and you need that to grow. Yes, you need a why, but my why was really freaking realistic. It was something that I wanted. So what is it that you want? Do you want to be able to buy your kid a bike for Christmas that they've been looking for? Do you want, so I would say set a goal for 1 year, then set a goal for 3 years, and then set some crazy mofo of a goal for like 10 years. And you know what? From experience, it might happen sooner than you think. So on that trip that Andre and I took that we made happen, where and I say we because he had a hand in it, he believed in me and he saw the conviction and I can jump into that in a whole other video of like, what if your spouse doesn't support you? And I think Andre and I actually have a video on that. Yes, we do. We have a video on this channel of working with your spouse. One of the biggest tips I can give you is have conviction. Have conviction for what it is that you do, have belief and back that up with freaking hard work. And trust me, your spouse will support you. And if they don't, get a new spouse. No, I'm just kidding, but not really. So figure out what it is the heck that you guys want. But when we went for that goal, when we made that happen, the next portion of that, which is so magical, is when we were on that trip, we heard about this neighborhood that was on Disney property. And we were like, well, what if that's the next goal? And it was ridiculous. It was like the most ridiculous pie in the sky goal. Have a goal and then you won't look back. So set up the future that you want for yourself. And you know what? All those fears and all those voices that you have saying that you can't do this are going to get pretty dang small. Now, if that doesn't work, step 2, who are you saying no to? And I don't mean saying no to on social media. I mean, who, by you giving in to the judgment or the fear of judgment or the fear of rejection or whatever it is that you're scared of, you giving into that, you giving into what Aunt Sally thinks about you on Instagram. Who are you saying no to? Are you saying no to your kids' dream vacation or being able to see the look on their face when they meet Mickey for the first time? Yes, I realize I'm talking about Disney a lot, but those of you that are my people will get me. So I think about it that way. Being able to, maybe you want to send your kids to like the best school ever and you need to be able to afford that, or you want to move. Maybe you want to live somewhere else and you don't feel like you love where you live right now and you want to live somewhere else for the betterment of yourself, your spouse, whatnot. Maybe you want to surprise your spouse with something. Maybe you want to have your dream wedding or your dream trip. Maybe you want to do that. Like maybe you want to go to Santorini and live it up and you want to do that. When you start to think of who you're saying no to, I started to want to do this for my spouse more than for me, because he was the one that was getting up every single day at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, going to work when it was dark and coming home when it was dark. And he was working so dang hard. And I just thought, he's worked hard enough. What if I can work hard now for him? And what if, you're letting Aunt Sally's opinions on Instagram dictate the future of you and your spouse's dream life, or you and your spouse and your family and your kids and whomever it might. Maybe you want to buy your parents something amazingly special. Maybe you want to do that. You're saying no to them. When you're saying yes to all the people and playing small on social media or with your business because of what someone might say about you, you're literally saying no to the people that you love the most. You really are. Number 3, if that still doesn't work, this is going to work. I would love for you to make a list of all of the things that you are so scared of. Why? Just write it out and be really honest. And I did this, by the way. Why are you scared to film a video? Because you might fluster your words? Write that out. Why are you scared to post on Instagram? Because Aunt Sally from California is going to judge you? Why are you scared to announce your business and start your business? Because the mean girls from university or high school or college or like from your sorority are going to see it and be like, oh my God, she's doing it. What is it? Just write it out. Write it out. What are you freaking out about? What is it that you might grow into something that's greater than you ever dreamed and you won't know how to handle it? That's a messed up one. That's called fear of success, which I had. Super weird. That's like a mind. It's super weird. But write it out. And then after you write out all of these things that you are so freaking scared of, right next to it why it is epic BS. Because you know that it is. Especially when you've gone through the first 2, you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna let whatever sorority chicks, even if they're not judging me thinking that they're gonna judge me, slow me down for even 5 minutes. I'm not pressing pause on my dreams for the things that I want to achieve in 1 year, 3 years, and 5 years for making whatever her name is from my sorority maybe not judge me, which PS, I'll tell you, they probably aren't. And if they are, prove them wrong. Done. So write out that list, and next to every single thing that you seem to be that scared of, writing it out on paper will just make it seem that much more silly. And if you have to, read it to yourself as though you would read that and you would say that to your best friend that's starting a YouTube channel, that's starting a business, that's starting to post on Instagram. And you would read that to your best friend and say, by the way, you shouldn't post on Instagram because Aunt Sally from California is gonna judge the crap out of you. You'd be like, no, I'm not going to say that to her. That's so rude, first of all, and also so not helpful, and we don't need that. Start speaking to yourself how you would speak to your best friend, because you probably are not being super nice to yourself right now. So figure out your future and what you want in 1, 3, or 5 years. 2, who you're saying no to is probably the people that you love most by listening to what Aunt Sally from California has to say. There is no Aunt Sally in California, by the way. I'm just totally making that up. And what are you the most scared of? Who's freaking you out? And what's got you freaked out? And write it out. And if you want to, I don't want this to be a fire hazard, and I'm going to try and save myself some liability here. I was going to say burn it. Just crumple it up, rip it into a million pieces after you've written out the list, why it's epic BS, and then tear it up. It'll be therapeutic. And now tell me how scared you are to go after your damn dream life. Comment down below if that helped. I really hope that it did, and I really want you to know that even though I might not know you in real life, if I do, I love you. If I don't, I love you. But what I want to tell you is I believe in you. And if you're here, you're someone that gives a crap about your future, and that says so much about you. Whether you believe me or not, it says so much about your character. So get up, go get after the dream life that you want, and go make one step forward on that goal that you have. And I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye, dude.
Let's go.